Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or if this is the first video of mine you are seeing, then welcome. In my video that went up this past Monday, I actually mentioned at some point that I didn't have enough palettes to do like a winter basket, and that is technically true, but I don't know why I wasn't thinking we'll also combine holiday eyeshadow palettes with it. So I have about maybe 8 palettes sitting here that combine both palettes that are a little bit more like Christmas, holiday themed, and then palettes that look a little bit more like winter. So why don't we talk about the holiday palettes first? So the first palette I have here, and this is one that I mention every year around this time, is the ColourPop and Rudolph eyeshadow palette. This super cute packaging with Rudolph, and I am wearing some cute little peppermint inspired nails. These, I believe, are called Santa Baby, but I will have them listed and linked for you below. And of course on the mirror it's hard to show you without it reflecting. We have Rudolph and Clarice. And we have a little, what is this? Is that like the abominable snowman or whatever his name is? He's up there in the corner. And then we have this color story right here, which I do like that this palette is mostly neutral with some pops of green and red in it. It makes it much more wearable, and you know what I mean when I say that. All eyeshadow is wearable, but just for like an everyday, pretty little holiday inspired eyeshadow palette, I think this one is perfect, and I always did really enjoy this one. I don't reach for it enough, and I need to, because I guess because it does have Rudolph on it, I only ever wear it around this time of the year, but I don't need to do that, because it is, for the most part, it's a neutral eyeshadow palette. I should be wearing it year round. I mean, it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. And these greens over here are gorgeous on the eyes. The last time I wore those greens, they were super beautiful. I do need to create another look with this palette using those greens or something, maybe like a really beautiful holiday inspired eye look or something like that, but I do think this is a beautiful palette. It is unfortunately no longer available, but at the end of the day it is a neutral palette, and all you really need is a few pops of green and red and you have it. The next one here is definitely holiday themed. This one is from Oden's Eye. This is their Hey Reindeer palette, which that is the reason why I bought it, this reindeer, because I do love deer. Deer are like one of my all-time favorite animals ever, so when I saw them release this palette, probably about 2 or 3 years ago now, I wanted it for that reason, because of this beautiful, beautiful packaging with the deer on it and everything. And then when you open this up, this is definitely a palette that is really not so much in my comfort zone, but I have worn this palette before where I made these look a little bit more muted. It is more on the colorful side. It does have these like pops of brighter blues and an orange in it and stuff, and I feel like it's a palette that is perfect for the holidays, but also for the winter too, with some of these more blue shades in here as well. I don't wear it as often as I should, and I guess it's because of some of these more colorful shades that I don't, but it's one that no matter what, I would always want to keep it, even if it was just collector's item because of the deer on the front. I mean, I don't know, you just don't really see a lot of makeup with, if it does have animals, it's not ever a deer, you know? It's very, I don't know, I feel like you just don't see deer a lot on makeup. That's why I was so happy when Hourglass released those face palettes this year and there was a deer, because I don't know, that's just an animal you don't see that often, especially outside of Christmas on packaging, so I definitely wanted it. And it is a beautiful eyeshadow palette, but I need to wear it again and get some good use out of it, maybe create a really pretty blue eye look. I think that would be stunning. Or you do have some of those really pretty reds in it, but all in all, it is definitely still a holiday palette with this. I don't believe this one's available anymore, but I'm sure if you have a lot of indie brand palettes, you probably definitely could create this color story a lot. The next palette is one that I've gone back and forth. I at one point had put it in like a declutter pile, and then I took it back out, and then I put it back, and then I took it back out. And it's nothing against the brand or the formula, because the palette itself is amazing. It's just the color story that I just don't know if it's one I want to keep around, but since it is still here, I am going to mention in this video because it is definitely holiday themed. This is from Nomad Cosmetics. This is their Polar Express palette, which that artwork is absolutely gorgeous. I know they have a new Christmas palette this year, and honestly I've been tempted by it because on the front of it there's a carousel with carousel horses, and that just pulls me in, but I know that at the end of the day I probably really wouldn't wear it that often. But This is a beautiful palette. It definitely has the beautiful winter blues, and then you have like the reds and golds, and then you do have a row of some neutrals. It is a beautiful palette. The formula is incredible. I have nothing against it as far as that. I think it's just the color story for me. I guess it's because blues and reds are my least used eyeshadow colors. I mean, really colorful makeup in general, I don't wear that often, especially not anymore. When you see kind of what I'm wearing here today, all this is like a matte shade all over the lid and then a sparkle shade on top. That's it. And then while I'm wearing some liner. That's it. And that's kind of what I've been wanting to wear. So, you know, palettes like this just don't really draw me in as much as they might have in the past, but it is a beautiful palette. And if I am going to keep it, I do need to wear it a lot more often. And I feel like right now is the perfect time to create some beautiful winter looks, or even a holiday look with the red and the gold over here, which I just stuck my finger in. That's great. But I don't know, I'm definitely drawn to like these beautiful silver and white shades over here. I think that would create a really beautiful eye look. Ooh, maybe that's something that I need to create, like with some of these shades all over the lid and that in the inner corner. I bet that would look so stunning. See, like I get ideas with it, I just don't reach for it enough, but I need to change that because it is a really beautiful palette. Now this next one is definitely not Christmas themed or anything like that. It's actually a Halloween palette, and it's from Wet n Wild. It's part of their Fantasy Makers collection, and this one is called Poison Garden. But if you look on the inside here, the greens and the reds, it is a perfect palette for Christmas time, for the holidays, like with red and green, especially if you want to do either a red or a green look, or if you want to combine the two together. Also really beautiful. This palette is perfect for that because, I mean, that is all this palette is red and green. And even though it is technically a Halloween palette, I feel like it is perfect for this time of the year especially. I did at one point film a video with this eyeshadow palette, but unfortunately I had a lot of issues that day with focusing and stuff on my camera and didn't realize it until after I'd already filmed the video. So I just basically scrapped the whole thing and just never ended up refilming with it, but it is beautiful quality. Wet n Wild's eyeshadow palettes are really, really nice, and it's really beautiful quality, and it is definitely one that just screams Christmas time. I know it's Halloween, and it is called like Poison Forest, so, but when I look at it just like this, if you covered up the like the packaging and stuff and just looked at it like that, that definitely reminds me of Christmas time. So it is one that I wanted to include, and maybe this will be a good opportunity for me to reach for it again. Now this next one is not an eyeshadow palette at all, but I use it as one. This is a highlighter palette. So keep in mind that I am not sure if you can wear this on your eyes or not, so do so at your own risk. It is one that I have worn that way many times, and I just think the tones in here are perfect for the winter time. This is from Wet n Wild also, and this is their Kuromi highlighter quad, and just these shades, I mean, like you have the beautiful white silvery shade and the blue and then like this purple and this pink, but something about this palette when I look at it just screams winter to me. Like if you put a matte shade all over your lid and then top one of these over the top of it, I think that would be just a really beautiful, soft, sparkly, wintry look, and I just think it's perfect. That's why I wanted to include it. I really enjoy this one and the My Melody version, and I just think that they're really beautiful toppers. I don't know, I mean, like I said, it's a highlighter palette, so use it on your eyes at your own risk, because I don't know if you really can or not, but I've been wearing it that way, and I wanted to include it because it is kind of like a winter looking palette in my opinion. I don't know, the tones to me look perfect for the winter season. Now the next one is one that I used in my previous video, and I feel like this is probably my most, I don't know, when I think of winter, for some reason my mind immediately goes to this eyeshadow palette, and it's from Makeup by Mario. This is the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette, and I mean, I just think of winter immediately, and I think it's because of this beautiful dark blue, and you do have like this really pretty, I don't know if I can show you, this little shade kind of has like a blue shift to it. It's very subtle. It's nothing like, you know, indie brand kind of shifts. I do want to keep that in mind, but for a much more subtle kind of blue to white silver shift, that shade is absolutely stunning. This is a beautiful palette, and I did wear it in my previous video, and it's stunning. When I think of wintertime, I don't know, my mind immediately goes to this palette. In fact, when I was looking to film this video, this is the first palette that I pulled out, and it was the first one that I thought about for my everyday makeup drawer video as well. It's just, I don't know, I think it is a absolutely stunning eyeshadow palette. I believe you can no longer get this one now. For a while it was still available, but I think now it is finally gone. But either way, I'm sure you have palettes in your collection that are very similar, or if not, if you don't have any of these, pull out some palettes in your collection that that inspire you for the winter time or the holiday time. It doesn't even have to be themed. Whatever you want to wear, even if it's a, I don't know, like a pink and purple palette, like that you would think more so Valentine's Day, pull it out for the winter time. Why not? Use whatever you want for any season. This is just a little video that I like to do every now and then and just have some palettes that inspire me for the seasons. The next one here is from Huda Beauty. This is the Icy Nude eyeshadow palette. She always releases these around the holidays. Well, in the past. I know now she's not going to have these large palettes anymore. I believe this was the last one that she ever did, but this palette to me, and it does reflect really badly, so I'm hoping I can show you. My camera is wanting to make it look dark, so I'm hoping you can see the eyeshadow palette. But this is a beautiful, beautiful palette, and it does have some of these beautiful icy shades and like some silvers and stuff in it. And this is another one that I don't reach for enough, and I should, because it is absolutely gorgeous. It's so beautiful. It's definitely one that not so much these shades right here. Like, I feel like these 6 shades look a little bit more warm, but if you take them out, that's like the most beautiful, more cooler, neutral leaning palette, perfect for the winter time. And this is a stunning palette. I'm sad that she no longer makes these anymore, but I get it. I mean, you know, I feel like some mainstream brands rather focus on complexion anyway. I don't know. I noticed that a lot. I do see some eyeshadow palettes and stuff coming out, of course, but I don't know. I just feel like a lot of brands do focus more on their complexion products or lip products, which I guess it's because for a while there people weren't wearing eyeshadow. Now when I say people, I don't mean everyone, of course, because I never stopped wearing eyeshadow, but I think a lot of people were doing, you know, one and done types of looks, or just putting a bronzer on their lid, you know, that kind of style. But this palette is just absolutely stunning. I mean, this is beautiful. I don't believe you can buy this one anymore. I'm not exactly sure, though. Of course, I will see what I can find and link it for you below if you are interested in it, but it's a beautiful eyeshadow palette and one that I definitely need to get more use out of. And the last one here is also kind of like a perfect wintry, moody color story. It's from ColourPop. This is their Twilight eyeshadow palette. Of course, we have Bella and Edward on the top here. And I just feel like this is another palette. Whoop. Oh gosh, did I just stick my finger in that shade? No. Okay, I'm good. I feel like this is another eyeshadow palette that has these beautiful blues in it as well, and it's definitely much more of a moodier leaning palette, and I think it's perfect for the winter time. I don't know. Yes, definitely. I mean, look at all the blues in here, like, you know, blue, and then we have kind of like these types of shades as well that are absolutely perfect for this season. And I don't know, if you're kind of into that more moody makeup for the winter time, which some people are, some people aren't, I think this is a perfect eyeshadow palette. I'm not sure if this one is still available or not. It might be. I'll see, of course, what I can find. But like I said, that's never the point of these videos. I'm not telling anybody to go out and buy any of these eyeshadow palettes if they are still available. I just like to do these videos just to see what is already in my collection that kind of can fit the theme here. And at first I didn't think I'd have enough, but if I combine holiday and winter palettes together, then I have a nice little assortment here that I can use for the next couple of months. And all of these palettes are really beautiful. There's nothing wrong with them. I just don't reach for some of them like I should, so I need to make the conscious effort to do so, especially considering how beautiful some of them are. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I've worn this one from Huda Beauty, this Icy Nude, and it's so beautiful. It needs to be used. It's gorgeous. So I hope that having them sitting on my table here in front of me will motivate me to reach for them more, because they're all very beautiful, and I just wanted to share some of the palettes I had in my collection that fit the theme. But I do hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you will please consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing if you haven't already. And make sure you hit the bell icon so you are alerted to all my future uploads. And follow me on Instagram at jessicadeerly, and what palettes I can find I will list and link for you below, and those are affiliate links, so if you click through and purchase, I do earn a small commission. And if you choose to do so, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!